there's this rage against you, or there's this underlying evil element to everything. You know what I mean? You know how y'all get with music. Now let's get back to the business. It's the same shit, right? We look at so many things as artists are raging against the machine, and overcoming labels, and labels are now giving these better deals because they demand it. It's all just basic business. You alluded to it. Well, look, I'm not making the same amount of money from music, so I'm also not going to give you a deal for as much, right? Or I'm not going to invest in you until you get to a later point down the road.
Yep.
Back in the day, right, there were labels that had like legitimate artist development, labels, that had like Motown. They had like coaches for etiquette coaches, right? They'll put you with some songwriters. They had this entire assembly line, literally, of people to run you through. But that means I had to pay all of these different coaches to coach you, right? And the rest of my artists, and have them on my payroll to build this system out. Now I can't afford to do all that because the risk is higher and I have to cut expenses, right? Because it's hard to make money in music. But what I can do is give you a better deal, but I'm also going to take less risk.
Yeah.
Right? So why aren't the labels doing X, Y, and Z? Well, I didn't invest in doing X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
You are basing what I should be doing on a perception from yesteryear.
The old business model.
The old business model. We ain't in that today.
Yeah.
That's why I ain't doing shit for you. Because it don't make sense based on how I run shit before. At one time, to be real, labels did do shit.
Yeah, a lot of shit.
A lot of shit. For real. So, like, when you just pay attention to the business model, it's not like we're not here to argue on the behalf of labels. It's arguing on the behalf of basic logic, because when you face it that way, it's going to make all of your deals better. Yeah. It's going to help you be less surprised. So it's going to create your planning a lot better, right? It's going to inspire you to plan better and help you make strategic decisions better, because your expectations won't be put in the wrong places.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it literally doesn't make sense for this person to do this if you understand what that person does. It literally does make sense for that person to do that, because it's like, hey, based on your percentage and how things are buzzed down and the way your business model works, you should be going hard for me right now. And if you're not going hard for me, we're not going to be set up, right? All of those things become a lot easier to see when you literally pay attention to the business model at hand. And every label don't have the same business model, right? There's some generalities, but in periods of time, people will be invested in one category more than another because they're trying to find their space in the market, and they'll build infrastructure. So you look at some labels, like Atlantic for a period of time was going hard on influencer types, right?
Yep.
They were probably building more infrastructure and learning around that specifically, right? So all of this is something to pay attention to, not just the general label idea of what were labels yesterday, what are labels today in terms of general business, but what does this specific label seem to be invested in, and how do they go about it, all right? What does this distribution company seem to be invested in? How do they go about it? Why are they able to only take 15%? Or why do they let me put their shit on the platform for free? Oh, because they're charging me $20 a month or whatever, right? Cool. But what does that mean too? Oh yeah, there's probably less investment in if my music goes anywhere because they're not getting the percentage. They're cool as long as I put my shit on their platform, right? All of that makes a difference. And once you understand what those differences come with, then you can make an educated decision and build your systems around your choices as well. Have your own business model.
Yeah, exactly. Or at least look for the business model that makes sense for you. That's what it all boils down to, man. Because you'll see artists argue against the system. It's like, bro, the system just is not for you. Go somewhere else.
That's it. Get out of my yard complaining. I'm going to throw a rock out the window. Go down the street. Because the way this party running, everybody else happy in this bitch. Yeah. Talk about change the music. Go down the street, right? That's all it is. Don't be that one person, right? But